Today, I want to talk to you about decision making. Nothing frustrates me more than a person that waits for 100% of the information before they make a decision. That's far too. In combat, if you do that, you'll lose, right? In business, if you do that, you'll lose. All right. So, I'm going to teach you about something called the 70% rule, the 80% rule, even the 65% rule. But you don't need 100% of the information to make a decision. Let's go with 70%. Let's call it the 70% rule today, right? If you wait for 100% of the information before you make a decision, you've already lost. It's called analysis paralysis, right? That's absolutely the worst thing you can do. Even a bad decision is better than no decision at all. So let's talk about the 70% rule. I'm Peter Pollock. You already know my background. So one thing that my brother told me when I got on active duty, he was in the Australian Army. He said, whatever you do, make a decision, Peter. Whatever you do, just make a decision. Okay? He was getting at the fact that if you delay decisions because you're afraid of being wrong or getting things out of whack, fear of failure, then you've failed yourself. If you wait, in business, it'll kill you. In the battlefield, it'll get you killed, all right? Make a decision, move on. And as I like to say, if your decision is not 100% correct, you can always adjust fire. And people think that's going to bring them down and they're going to get fired for being wrong, for making a bad decision. No, I would prefer you to make a bad decision and adjust fire then wait for 100% of the information before you make a decision, because that's going to get you killed or fired too. Leaders in business like to say, I like to do my due diligence. That's called procrastination. So forget the due diligence, get the information that you need to make a decision, move on, adjust fire. Because if you wait till you got 90%, the last 10% of that information takes about 50% of the time. It's actually called the law of diminishing returns. You're burning time to buy certainty. That's BS, man. Every day you delay, a competitor is deciding and getting ahead of you. Perfectionist is not the standard, right? We shouldn't wait to be perfect. Every day you delay, a competitor is surpassing you because they're making decisions, all right? Especially in the corporate world. In the military world, it's no different. It's killing your speed, all right? So I'm not saying make dumb decisions. You need 50, 60, 70%. But if you wait for 90%, first of all, you waited too long. The last 10% is going to take you ages. The law of diminishing returns. In PE, yes, I'm a gym teacher. I majored in PE. We have inverted U hypothesis. On the axis over here, it's performance, and then down here, it's excitement, right? Or getting your adrenaline up. Your adrenaline has to be about, imagine a U upside down, just like the picture shows, right? The top point is about middle of your excitement. If you get too excited, your performance, which is on the left axis, starts going down. Same thing happens with decision, right? Time, decision. Time, the more time you waste, the law of diminishing returns will tell you if you waited too long, you're not going to get the bang for the buck that you hoped. The law of diminishing returns, the inverted U hypothesis. Let's go with that. Colin Powell in the Marine Corps, they absolutely said if you have less than 40% of the intel, then you're really kind of guessing and you're hopefully crossing your fingers and you're going to guess if that's going to be right. If you wait for more than 70%, you're too late. The sweet spot is the 70% zone. 70% gives you enough intel to move on. 70% gives you enough clarity to be intentional in your decision. And 70% gives you enough risk to stay sharp. Let's face it, any decision you make is a risk management decision. It is absolutely a risk management decision. You're always deciding. There's always a way you could win. There's always a way you could lose. So it's always a risk decision. 70% is that sweet zone. All right. Making decisions is like driving in the fog, right? You don't pull over to wait for the sun. You turn on your headlights, slow down. So you adjust fire. Just what I said before. So the decision does not have to be 100% correct. You can do a 70% decision and then adjust fire to get to that 100%, right? Leaders who make a decision based on 70%, they're winners. If you wait for 90 and more, you're going to lose, or it's too late, or you've already lost. You can adjust fire. Think of it as like a tripwire, right? So you make a decision and you get to a certain point and it's not going, you adjust. All right, that tripwire is there, put in place so that you can make a further decision, further based on further analysis, based on how your original decision went. You can adjust fire. All right, you're launching the product Tuesday. If it doesn't go well, you pause and you reassess. Right, there's no guesswork. It's actually controlled speed, right? So you're controlling your speed, you're adjusting fire based on the outcome, based on your decision. You need to be able to adjust. That's the entire game in risk management and decision making. If I could leave you with one thing from this video, is that I want you to stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. Perfection doesn't really exist, all right? Make a decision, adjust fire. Start actually driving the car rather than hesitating like you're at a stop sign, like, oh my God, if I go too far out, I'm going to get hit. Just make a decision and go. Okay, but stop trying to be perfect. Your team's waiting for decisions. They don't care about another meeting, another research paper. They're waiting for a decision. If you want me to train your executives on high velocity or valuable decision making, we can talk. Click on the link below, schedule a workshop, and I'll come out and I'll gladly talk to your company. I'm Peter Pollock, Strength and Honor.